back to my 33 weeks of pregnancy. This is my vlog updating you on all that happened in 33 weeks. Now, if you are looking for week 32, I have recorded that. I did 31 and 32 back to back, but 32 weeks I don't really talk about anything except a specific occurrence that happened, and I'll still go ahead and post it, but it's not talking really anything about pregnancy. It's more about life stuff. In fact, I'm actually leaving today to go to a memorial service for a dear friend of mine's husband. So I'll catch you up with that in that 32-week vlog that I'll post up. But yeah, so I'm headed out to that, and that's kind of the life event that occurred, which is, it's pretty crazy and unbelievable, to say the least. It's crazy how I'm like losing track of where I am right now in my pregnancy, because it's getting down to the wire and there's so much going on with making sure baby stuff is ready. I'm actually having another baby shower, the last one I promise, coming up this weekend, and I, am getting prepared for that, making sure all the baby necessities that, I need right away, like a car seat and diapers, and I mean, he doesn't need much. He's not going to be doing a whole lot the first, couple months at least, but, we just need to be prepared for that. So getting that all organized, I'm just losing track of everything. Oh, we're moving. We're doing a bunch of renovations on our house. So it's crazy. So, okay, so this is my 33-week update. I am officially 34 weeks. I'm really close to going into my 35th week. That's why I'm getting kind of confused. So let's jump into how big baby actually is. So instead of looking at my app to tell you the size and stuff, because a lot of the apps just kind of generally give you now weeks and the size, so he's still a winter squash, I believe, or getting into the size of a pumpkin. He is a big baby. We had our 4D ultrasound, which is really remarkable, the technology, and I can only imagine what it's going to be like in, even 5 years, 10 years. Is going to be insane. But we went to this place called First Look Sonogram in Rondo Beach, and it was great. It's such a comforting environment. This room is huge. You can have up to like 10 people or something in there with you. There's couches, you lay down, there's a huge television screen that you're looking at, instead of, like kinking your neck to try to see the little screen. The technician is great. So we just had a really fun time. So we went into that, but let me backtrack really quick and talk about one of my symptoms before getting into his size, because it has all to do with the ultrasound and stuff. But I had the most severe pregnancy brain I've had this entire time, and I feel so horrible. But my good girlfriend is also pregnant. We're actually just a week apart. And I had on my calendar her baby shower set for Sunday the 13th or whatever. And, it's been in there forever, and I had her gift ready, and I had the whole day scheduled around it. It was in Malibu, and I was going to drive in the morning, go to the shower, come back, and we had our appointment. So that's exactly what happened. Well, I get to her house where the shower was, and it turns out that there's no balloons to like kind of mark that there's a party, which normally happens. Or some sort of like sign or something, and they live in a gated community, so the gate was closed, which was weird too, because anytime they have like some sort of event, they have the gate open. So I knew something was up, but I just was like, oh, maybe it's just, maybe they're just being secure or something. Well, turns out, yep, her shower was the day before. So her shower was on Saturday, and I'm there with, her gift and everything on Sunday. What an idiot. So I drove all the way to Malibu on a Sunday. It was a nice weekend, so the beaches were full. I mean, it took me over an hour to get there. So I had to turn right back around and come back home. So pregnancy brain, I don't know what happened, but I use Google Cal, and normally everything is good and I'm organized, but this was just the epitome of failure as a friend. So Larissa, if you're watching this, I really apologize again that I missed your shower. I'm sure you were beautiful. I saw pictures, and such an idiot. So moving into, again, our 4D ultrasound, I went straight from Malibu to the appointment, picked up my husband, and we, get there, and it was cool. We get over like 25 pictures, 20 to 30 pictures or something. We opted not to do the DVD because it's just as it's happening, and I don't know. I just didn't think I needed to pay an extra $40 for that. So, and then you just, you know, you get a little album, and it's just cool. You get a CD and stuff with the baby's name on it if you have that. So I lay down, and she first starts with a 2D, you know, just kind of pointing out certain, you know, things, and she takes the measurement of his head first. And she right away was like, uh-oh, your baby has a big head. He's a big boy. So she took the measurement, and I was like, well, how big exactly? And she goes, he's in the 98th percentile. Oh crap. So I don't know how exact that is. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's close, and yeah, so that's that. He's just a big chubby boy, so with a big brain. So yeah, so then she said I have a lot of amniotic fluid. I have a ton of fluid surrounding him, so that's why my belly is, a lot of the times it's hard. It's not hard like from a Braxton Hicks perspective, but like it's just solid, and there's just like a ton of water where I can feel him kicking and moving and see him, but like it's not nearly what it would be if I didn't have as much fluid, which is a good sign. You know, having more fluid is better than less fluid, but at the same time, she said just talk to my doctor next time I go and ask, you know, about that, and then ask about my pelvic placement, and because I am petite, the size of me, just ask about the head size. She goes, this is definitely an epidural warranted head. I was like, okay, whatever. I'm still gonna try to go natural, but I don't know, we'll see. So that was that. So he weighs approximately a little over 5 pounds right now. So they say he's gonna gain like 10 ounces a week. So I have about 5 weeks left. So she said he could be like an 8-pound baby, which is nice and healthy. I just want him to grow and cook as long as he needs to. So as she's doing the ultrasound, I was flat on my back to start, and then she said flip over on one of my sides because he was kind of turning away. He was being shy. He was actually sound asleep the entire time. So she's like, what gets him active? And I said, well, if I drink juice or something, but I didn't have any juice. So she's like, well, flip on your side and we'll try to go from a different angle. Well, he was asleep, but he wasn't very happy because on my trip back from Malibu, I knew I didn't have time to eat a full lunch. So I went to the gas station and I got like a protein green drink, and then I got hot Cheetos, which I never eat. Like, I mean, previous to being pregnant, no way. I don't eat that stuff, but I just had this craving, and it was so worth it to me at the time. Not worth it to him, because in the ultrasound, he was sleeping, so his eyes were closed, and then he kept, with his left hand, he kept rubbing his eye, like, you know, when babies are tired or whatever, they use like rubbing his eye, which was so cute. And then he was swallowing. We could see him like making the swallowing gestures, and then he would make this face after he would swallow, like this grumpy old man face, and it was because he was probably tasting like the spiciness of the Cheetos in my fluid. I don't know. It was hilarious. We have a picture of it too, and I'll try to post that up of him making a little grumpy face. But he has really chubby cheeks. He has this teeny little nose, like his dad. I have a pretty small nose, but his dad has a small nose too. And then these big lips. She kept saying, "Oh my gosh, he has your lips." And I don't have big lips, but she's like, "No, they're very pouty. He definitely has your lips." So that was cool. His umbilical cord was kind of draped over his shoulder. At first I thought it was like around his neck, but she said no, it's just kind of like draped around his shoulder. I'm looking at my notes here because with the pregnancy brain and all, you never know what I would come up with. And then he, you know, obviously he's in the fetal position. His head is still down, which was confirmed by my doctor, you know, my last appointment. So his head is still down, and he kept kicking his face, like he kept kicking his forehead because his foot is like right up here. So I have a great picture of his foot and all his little toesies. They're so cute. and so you could see his hands. And then she said you can't really tell on a 4D ultrasound, but she said, she pointed out on the 2D ultrasound, you can see white, like wispy follicles almost. And she said that was a ton of hair. She's like, he has so much hair, which didn't really surprise me because I have a ton of hair. I was born with a ton of hair, and my husband had hair when he was born, and you know, so it didn't really shock me, but she's like, oh yeah, he has a ton of hair. So I was like, well, maybe that's what's making his head look so big. No, not the case. Wishful thinking. So yeah, so he looked good. It was a really fun time in there. It's really cool to see them on a 4D ultrasound. Now, I do suggest, because I've seen some, you know, of those earlier on in pregnancies, and the baby still looks very alien-like, but now that I mean, this was at my 33 weeks, so the baby is technically, you know, how he's going to look. He's just a little bit thinner than when he's going to come out, but it's definitely worth it going later on in your pregnancy and getting that done, because you can see so many of their features. So we really enjoyed it, and we'll have those pictures now forever, which is very cool. As far as my symptoms go, and you know, the whole pregnancy brain thing, my feet started to swell up a little bit more. My ankles have emerged. It's been really, really hot here in LA, and I think that's just contributing to it. So I try to take breaks. I try to get off of my feet and rest them on my exercise ball, or just put them elevated at some point. It's just my legs feel heavy. Everything kind of feels heavier. I mean, obviously I'm getting bigger, my belly is getting bigger, but I just feel heavier. And I was doing some research on that, and it's due to my metabolism is now slowing down in the last few weeks, so everything can just feel kind of sluggish, and everything is getting harder. Prenatal yoga is getting a little bit more difficult. You just can't like touch your toes. I mean, there's little things that you're just like, dang, I cannot do anything because this big old belly is in the way. Tying my shoes the other day was impossible. It was really funny on my tennis shoes. My tennis shoes feel very snug, so like I think it's more the width wise. Feels really tight. I'm still not sleeping 100%, but I think when I do exercise or I take a hot shower at night, that definitely helps my sleeping patterns. Yeah, I mean, overall I feel good. I still have energy. There's just so much going on that I just am kind of trucking along, and these last 5 weeks are just gonna blow by. I can't even believe it. So that is the update for our 33 weeks. I will obviously be back next week with my 34th week, and so there's a lot to update you guys on this week, a lot of exciting things. So yeah, I hope you are all doing well, and again, thank you for your comments on my Instagram. If you're not following me on Instagram, I post a ton of baby stuff on there. All the belly shots are there, so check me out. It's at Renee Herlocker. But yeah, the comments that you guys left in regards to, you know, the size of him, you guys are just so great and supportive and reassuring, and a couple of friends on there, you know, who have kids are like, you know, this is your baby, it's made for you. I mean, as big as he is, it's what you can handle. So I have, you know, all the faith in knowing that this baby was made for me and I made for him, and it's going to be superb when he's here. So anyway, thank you again for those reassuring comments and support, and thanks for watching. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.